There's no point in having power if you're not going to use it to fight for the things that you believe in. I think it's my job to ask tough questions, and I'm not afraid to do it. When I'm taking on a CEO, I'm definitely thinking about the answer that I want to get. So one of the best pieces of parenting advice I ever got was don't ask your kid, would you like to go to bed? Are you ready for bed? Because every toddler is going to say no. The same thing is true with CEOs. I don't ask them, would you like to tell us why you're ripping off the American people? Because obviously the answer is no, they'd rather keep that to themselves. Are there fewer side effects, sir?
No.
Do people need less of this medicine, Imbruvica, to treat lymphoma now?
No.
You haven't made the drug any better, even as you doubled the cost. So there's definitely some parenting strategy, and I think a lot of teaching strategy. I was a professor and a teacher before I ran for Congress, and I never went into a classroom without a lesson plan. What do I want my students to know at the end of the class? It's the exact same thing in a hearing. What do I want the American public or the witness to know, or my colleagues to know, at the end of my 5 minutes questioning? The drug didn't get any better. The cancer patients didn't get any better. You just got better at making money. You just refined your skills at price gouging. I want people to understand that there are elected officials who face the same challenges they face. They face challenges about how are their kids going to do in school? Are they going to get promoted? What's going to happen? They come home frustrated with their coworkers. I have to work with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. I get it. Frustrating coworkers are part of my life. There is a power that comes with being the voice of the people, with fighting for issues that I care about, but there's also a whole lot of being late, running behind, being confused, being frustrated that I think is inherent in democracy. And so I think we shouldn't look away or be frustrated that politics is messy. I think we should acknowledge that and continue to dive in despite that. I think when things get tough, the solution is for you to get tougher. And I know that's hard to hear because these battles, particularly over things like gun violence prevention, take a lot out of each one of us. But our democracy only works when we make it. If we sit back, the forces that are trying to control it for their interests only grow stronger. And so I think the battles that we're seeing today are actually a positive sign because we are seeing people speak up. The lawmakers who were expelled in Tennessee, that's incredibly discouraging on the one hand, but let's focus on the fact that they spoke up and that they had the courage to do that on the other. Find inspiration in the voices of those lawmakers who stood on the Tennessee legislature floor and gave voice to young people who are feeling like we need to do something about gun violence prevention, because you're right and your voice needs to be louder, never softer. I respect that we have different opinions on Representative Cicilline's assault weapons law, but we cannot have different facts. We have a duty to debate the merits of proposal. You falsely testified under oath.
Would you like the explanation of
why I will
I said
not.
that?
I have not yielded, Ms. Swearer.
Suspend.
Talking about the end of my marriage during my campaign was by far and away the hardest moment I've ever had politically. The hardest part of running for office was having to share my private life with the public and to have to do it because my experience with domestic violence was being weaponized against me politically. I think for me, I just don't have time as a single mom, as someone who's working hard for her constituents, flying across the country, running for the Senate. I just don't have time to have some kind of fake brand, so I'm just me. And as I say in the book, you know, like love me, hate me, but know me. And I think we should see more politicians being honest about who they are with the American public.